Well, as part of the course, they all had to do what we called a home ethnography. This was a very small ethnographic project, practicing some of the ethnographic methods that we had been introducing them to, and it required them to take something very familiar in their own environment and observe it as if it was something strange. So it was the idea of making the familiar strange. This is, if you like, just the opposite of what anthropologists have always done, which is going out to some far distant atoll in the Pacific and making the strange familiar. But we wanted people to see that it was only by very closely looking at something that they thought they were taking for granted that they could unpack it and begin to see it in a different way, or perhaps understand new meanings in what was going on. Then, having done that, they started to think about, well, what kind of ethnographic project could I do overseas? And they didn't decide which one, what the project would be until they got there, and also the lecturing staff went out on the kinds of visits that were done for those who were going for a year abroad, and would discuss with them what kind of project they could do. And these varied enormously, from transvestite prostitutes in Cadiz in Spain to working with a group of blind students in Germany, understanding the kind of cultural and social rules of a pétanque club in France, and so on. So people chose something that interested them. They could be on religion, they could be on bullfighting, if it was anything that was either sort of stereotypically known about, or was something very local, perhaps taken for granted as just part of everyday social life, but actually when you observed it closely you could begin to see all the cultural meanings that were embedded in it. And also, of course, most importantly, you were interacting with local people, developing your own language skills at the same time as developing cultural knowledge of what they were doing.